Yo, peace family, this is your brother Sonny G with the FRCC, and we are down here in Angola, Florida, waking up the history of once was a thriving community with black Seminoles, indigenous people, up to 750 different people were living here in this community right here, indigenous people that were here pre-colonial. They could trace their lineage back past the 1800s, the 1700s, and etc. So we here waking up the information, pushing the 6 talking points to the people, talking to the descendants of this community, letting them know about reparations and the 6 talking points. Let's go. Yo, peace family, this is Sonny G with the FRCC here with my brother Jason Brown at the Back to Angola Fest. Brother Jason Brown, what does Back to Angola mean?
All right, Back to Angola means to me as far as ancestry. My family back in 1821 used to inhabit this whole area here along with Seminole Indians. As the story goes, in 1821, Andrew Jackson ordered a raid down this area, which caused my family to flee over to the Bahamas. And I'm just pretty much, I'm a descendant of those that, and actually I'm one of the archaeologists that actually worked on the site as well. So you kind of, you know, I'm pretty honored to experience actually working on a site as an archaeologist that my family is involved in. So, you know, it is a very heartwarming situation for me.
Facts, definitely. And when it comes to doing your lineage and your ancestry, I know you said that you are part of the original people that were already here.
Yeah.
And we understood what, you know, the explorers came and what they seen when they came here, like the French and the Spanish explorers.
Right, that is documented.
When they came and they say here. So, what you could still consider yourself, I guess, Black American or Bahamian, or how far have you traced your lineage back?
You know, I trace my, you know, as far as Florida, I believe my lineage goes all the way back to maybe the 1700s, possibly, because, you know, if you go back and look at the history, since Africans came off the ship, especially over in the St. Augustine area, they have been pretty much fleeing into this area. This area was inhabited with Africans that fled from South Carolina and Georgia.
The world has gotten so much smaller. You know,
so who knows how long my DNA has been in this soil. I really don't. I just know from where it picks up at 1821 Smithfield with my 4th great grandfather named Sandy Lewis.
Yeah.
I know for a fact that he was here. You know, it was oral history of my family. That, you know what, that we always had land in this area. That's what we knew. We knew that we came from this area.
Right.
You know, that's what they spoke of, and, you know, but to actually piece it all together and seeing what is going on today is pretty amazing for me. And my own personal journey.
Right.
I never thought that I grew up in Miami. You know, I grew up a boy from Opalaka, you know what I'm saying, who became archaeologists and actually worked on the site that his ancestors. That's dope. Yeah, man, that's crazy. That's dope.
And so I'm with the FRCC, so we for the Reparations Compliance Committee.
Nice.
We are here to push reparations and advocate for reparations for the descendants of chattel slavery.
Wow.
So when we talking about we being here, and we understood that this was once the territory, and this was once the land from indigenous people, and also the people that came over here.
That is a conversation
So
that needs to be had.
how can we have this conversation a lot more deeper besides, you know, us as coming here celebrating, but actually obtaining and getting the land back for those descendants?
Ooh, that is a very deep conversation and to have, and it's very complex because you're talking about the legalities of it and actually going back to 1821 and looking at what took place. You know, because at one point this was Spanish territory,
right.
So it is very complex in the legalities of that whole thing. So, is there a reparations piece that should be associated with? I'm going to say yes.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
I'm going to say yes.
Most definitely.
A lot of people don't like to talk about that, but you know what? It is what it is. You know what I mean? You're talking about a people that would, you know, I think there's an injustice piece that is associated with it.
Exactly.
So, you know, and my family, I believe they play a part in that. But it's very complex. And it's worth exploring.
Yeah, for sure.
It's definitely worth exploring. So,
he's going to tell you a little bit
wow.
about what he's doing here today.
man, it's I definitely understand what you're talking about, because there is a piece of with everything that's going on.
Yeah.
You cannot hide that.
Not at all.
Point. So I appreciate you guys and what you're doing and how you guys are taking on that. Man, that's a strong agenda,
right?
That you guys are slaying a giant. You know what I mean? Because everything is cool up to the point you talking about.
Yeah.
The monetary piece of it, and the restoration piece of it. Yes, indeed.
So that's the main thing. That's what we pushing, because everybody want to come here and celebrate.
Right.
But we understood Andrew Jackson. He intentionally sent people to come down and burn this down, harm people. People were killed. People had to leave and go to the Bahamas. So we're not just here to celebrate. We need to talk about that part as well. Restoration, giving the land back to those descendants. This is not just eating and celebrating and listening to music.
Right. I definitely understand that piece as well. I definitely understand it. But it is a conversation that needs to be had, rather it's at this particular celebration or later on, as far as sitting down and actually having that discussion. But it is a conversation that needs to be had.
You know about Bruce's Beach?
No, is that the one? Is that the one in California?
California,
Yes, I'm aware of it. Yeah, California. Obviously, they're a government over in California that actually had the courage to take action. So can it be done? Yes, California is an example of what can be done if done correctly.
Facts. Definitely, man. This is your boy Sonny G with the FRCC. My brother Jason Brown signing out. The Black Crusaders got their membership and their tribal through the course and everything. So we're following everything.
So I think it starts there.
Because
I'm concerned with with the Seminole community and how they receive it. You know what I mean? Because I think they kind of receive it with alligator arms.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Nobody's really, so it can be a little bit.
So you do consider yourself Seminole?
Black Seminole, yes.
Okay.
Yes, definitely Black Seminole. Oh, no, I'm a Black Seminole descent. Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt about that.
Yo, peace family, this is your brother Sonny G with the FRCC, and I'm with my sister Paige and my sister CC down here at the back, the Angola Fest. CC and sister Paige, what does this festival mean to y'all?
Everything. The land that we walk on, I literally just found out about this history of this land a few months ago, and I've been living here for 20 years. So that alone has just been enormous, just impact, and just being here, knowing that my people, our people, were here, and just, it feels amazing. It feels amazing to even learn more, to hear the panelists speak and learn more. So it's a continuous learning journey about this land.
What about you, Sister Pat?
Oh, it's the same thing. It's exactly the same thing. No, I told her this earlier. I said because I didn't know much about what happened there.
Yeah.
So being here last night with the junk canoe coming out and everyone in their costumes and everyone just feeling the energy, it was overwhelming, but in a great way.
That's an energy. Sorry, but that's also an energy. That junk canoe energy is an energy that I want us to have and feel here.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like something where we band together and express where we come from and who we are as a people together, right here. You know how they do in other places, like Junkanoo and Carnival and stuff like that. I think that'll be dope.
Right, definitely. And how do you guys feel about, because we celebrating, we lavishing and exploring the history, but we gotta get down to it. How do you guys feel about reparations? Because we understand that this was once a thriving community full of 750 Maroons, Black Seminoles, Black Indians, etc. And this got burnt down to the ground by Andrew Jackson, and the people never got their land back. Some went to the Bahamas, some stayed. So how do you feel about people receiving reparations or restitution in this case and getting their land back?
It's overdue. Will it happen? We would. We're all human. We all have a heart. You know what I'm saying? We would hope so. I hope so. It's way overdue. Reparations, period. You know, but especially to the descendants of this land, it's overdue and it's needed. It's like right now, y'all able. You know what I'm saying? Y'all able. Let's make it right. Like it's time to make it right. What is make it right? Move in the right direction. Like let's do what makes sense. You know, let's add it all up. It's just math.
Right. And you, Sister Paige?
Same thing. It's way overdue. It is. Everyone feels the same way. We as a people, we stand here and we feel this energy, but I feel like it falls on deaf ears to the people who need to right the wrong.
That's a fact.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, be accountable. That's all we asking.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And especially with you, because you say you from South Carolina. I trace my lineage back to South Carolina, specifically the Picnic Plantation in South Carolina. So
that's not far from Greenville at all.
Not at all. Yeah, most definitely. So that's on my mother's side. Her father, my third great grandfather, and my fourth great grandmother. And we see what's going on, you know, with the politics and stuff that's going on. They sending money to everybody except for Black Americans. You know, so it's about time for us to do that. So how do you guys feel about direct cash payments in the form of reparations?
I love it. I do. No, seriously. Not even me. It's not honestly, to me, it's not even about the money. It's not about the money. It's about the attempt to reconcile. You know what I'm saying? Like the money is great, but that was for my people. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're no longer here. Our ancestors aren't here. So then it's up to us to do right, whether we have the money or not. It's up to us to be accountable, to do right, and maybe we can be a role model for them to follow.
What about you, Sister?
Period. Same thing. Same thing.
So you on the same thing?
Yeah, I'm on the same thing. Yeah.
Hey, Sister CC, Sister Paige said, run that money, run that bag back.
Run it back.
Run that bag back. Also, can you guys just show off a little bit of what you guys got here as far as like all your gems and all your jewels?
Yeah, I fought a depression, and I came up with a philosophy. Well, it was downloaded into my heart spiritually, to press on, literally to press on consciousness, our human consciousness, to let go of the default setting that we're all born with and struggle through. And so I wrote a book. So that's here. That's here for sure. So yeah, check that out. Also, I write that. Also, I make gemstone jewelry. This is like a form of meditation for me. Paige.
Yes, so I have my gems here that I can. Everything is from here, along with my pecan praline crunch bites is my original recipe that I have. And here's a story about the pecan that goes into what happened to the gentleman who actually took the pecan and did what he did with it so we can have the trees that we have today. I just took that history, I really felt it in my heart, and I created my own recipe. So
that's dope.
From the 1619 project.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that is from the 1619 project.
Yes.
Yeah, that's dope. Yeah, and I see you got the Sister CC Robinson got the press on book. That you dropped out here. And you was also giving us information about your podcast too. Can you just plug the podcast real quick?
Oh, absolutely. The Vibe Clinic podcast. That's a place to make you feel good. We're streaming on Spotify and Apple for podcasts. Yo, we talk about all the things that really people don't talk about, or don't like to talk about, or that's been buried, due to secrecy, that communal secrecy, that you know what I'm talking about. So we kind of let that out. We shed the dead skin, and we just kind of share insights and to help and practical insights that we can actually apply to life, to live better, to feel better, to acquire better, and as an individual and as a people,
Yo, peace family, this is your brother Sonny G with the FRCC here with my sister Sharona at the Back to Angola Fest community outreach. Sister Sharona, what does Back to Angola mean to you?
It means everything. It's my cultural history, it's my family ancestral history, because I'm from the community of Red Bays, located on the island, the largest island in the Bahamas. I'm the fourth generation granddaughter of Samuel Lewis, who left from Florida, the state of Florida, in particular right where we're standing on this park, and he went into Red Bays, I guess where him and his wife had my great-grandfather, and they had until I'm here.
That's a fact, that's a fact. And can you just give us a little bit of history and a breakdown of Angola and who was all here? No? Okay, can you...
I'm supposed to give you 96 names?
No, not the names. Can you just inform the people, because I don't think a lot of people know that it was a community here, up to 750 people, Black Seminoles, Africans that came over here. It was a whole thriving community full of people until Andrew Jackson came and did what he did. So can you just let people know about your lineage, as far as, have you always been here? Or did you guys come from the Bahamas and then come here, or were you guys originally here like prior before 1812?
Well, for me, before 1812, no. We came from upstate, further.
Okay.
Further upstate.
Upstate, Florida.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we settled here. Then the good president, Mr. Jackson, came and started doing what he had to do. We didn't like that. We didn't take it too well, and so we moved. We moved a little bit more South Florida, and then continued on straight through the Straits, over the shallow waters, where we ended up in Red Bays, and that's where they settled. They built a whole community. They moved on up to Count Sound, some into Low Sound, and the other settlements. And so you would find that you would have the descendants from the Seminoles in the entire North Andros, including Stanyard Creek, Stafford Creek, Mastic Point, Low Sound, Nicholstown, all over.
Do you consider yourself Black Seminole?
I'm a Bahamian.
You're Bahamian?
Yeah, I'm a Bahamian. I'm a North Androsian, so most definitely there's that burn, that blood, that's there. That's there. Yeah, I'm really prideful about it.
Facts. And how do you feel about reparations, or in this case restitution, about the descendants and the people that was already here receiving and getting that land back?
Well, that'll be a good thing.
Okay,
because,
and as far as like when you were saying like a great-grandfather Samuel and doing your lineage and stuff like that, how far have you gone back on his lineage, as far as like, could you give us like a specific year, or? I know you said you guys were in North Florida, but in the 1700s were you in North Florida, or was it just the late or the early 1800s?
It was the early 1800s. I can't go too far back on his lineage because I'm still learning about it, still researching into it, to see exactly where he came from, where his parents came from, and all of that. So very, very shortly we'll have all that information together.
Got you, definitely. And this is Sonny G with the FRCC, and my sister Sharona signing out. Yo, peace family, this is your brother Sonny G with the FRCC here with my brother Leonard Armstrong at the Angola Outreach Festival. Brother Leonard, what does the Angola Festival mean to you?
It means like remembering my ancestors and the free blacks that were here. Like we know that everybody wasn't a slave. Some of them came up free. It was called, during that time, it was called Maroons, because they fled away, from the war, Civil War and stuff, a lot of them. And after they got here, they were overran. The people that were fighting against overran them, and the town became like a loss in history. So now they're digging up relics and stuff. Now I found out that there was a town called Angola here, free blacks and Indians. The Maroons translated mostly for the Seminole Indians. And a lot of them left and fled when the people attacked them. They fled and went to Bahamas and different places, probably all over Florida. So just good to be here one time. Just remember your ancestors, and if you don't know where you came from, you don't know where you're going.
Most definitely. And we talked to you briefly for a little second over there. You was, letting us know about your lineage and your ancestry, about being Black Seminole. Can you just give us a little bit of information about the Seminoles?
Yeah, my great-grandmother, Grandma Silver, she was a Seminole. That's how I found out, because in my home, my grandma used to keep pictures of her, big long plaques, and a silver old antique kind of ways of taking pictures in the blue, that blue background, you know, and the faded blue and silver looking. Yeah, so I feel like I was a part of it. I mean, it's good to come out and look, join with the people, and remembering the people that paved the way for a lot of people. Just glad to be here.
Did you always know that you were Seminole growing up?
Yeah, when I was a kid, I always looked at my grandma picture all the time, and I always said, oh, she got big, thick, those thick plaits down the side, and everybody, you know, I was always told that, but, you know, I never met her because she died before I was, you know, long before I came along. But we kept, you know, pictures of her and stuff. And so I feel like somewhere along there, a lot of times it's hard for us to like trace our family tree back because of doing the slaves, they didn't keep records and stuff. So now we find out from words that were passed down. And it's just good to know that somewhere along in there, you somebody you knew, they're part of you, you know, in your blood.
Most definitely, most definitely. How do you feel about black people understanding that we understand that part of the history is the transatlantic slave trade with the Africans, but black people was already here in this land for a long time, as far as and accepting their indigenous history.
Yeah, they was here with the indigenous, with the Indians and everything. A lot of them, they had fled a long time, and some of them came over by other means, you know, because I don't know how a lot of them got in, but they got here some kind of way. But see, we've already been a part of this culture, so it just, a lot of them at the Bahamas, so to me it always seemed like just when the slave ships came, you know, they dropped off a lot of us different places along the coast. So I think we all just one big family.
That's a fact. I agree 100%. This is your brother Sonny G with the FRCC. My brother Leonard signing out.
What morning? Oh, Sarah was cooking nothing for you. It's for me. Have some cereal. We ain't got no milk. Use water.
Yo, peace family, this is your brother Sonny G with the FRCC down here with my brother Lou Murray at the Big Mama's Collard Green Festival down here. Brother Lou Murray, can you tell us what does the Big Mama's Collard Green Festival mean to you?
It means a coming together, using our assets to market what we are, and brand what we can do, and then market it. Newtown is a community known for its good soul food, but it hasn't been orchestrated or marketed and branded. And so the Big Mama Collard Green is an opportunity to brand what we are good at, and that is good soul food. And so we did it about 7 years ago, and people came as far away as Boca Grande, and 65% of the people who came at the first Big Mama Collard Green were white. And because they love our collard greens, and they know that we got, you know, the best collard greens that they can eat. And so it's marketing what we have instead of complaining about we don't have and waiting for welfare to save us. We got the access to create enterprises in our own community and generate our own capital.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And here we are with the Florida Reparations Compliance Committee. Brother Lou, what does reparations for Black Americans look like to you?
Yeah, reparations can come in a lot of different forms. It can come in the form of education. It can come in terms of loans and grants and stuff to create jobs. Because one of my biggest fears, if they gave us $20 billion at reparation tomorrow, and we don't have a plan, by the end of the year, that money be right back to the same people's pockets. So it got to be towards a strategy. We're trying to get the government right now to give us 20% of the social dollars that come in our community, like food stamps and Medicaid, and we can get 20% of those social dollars and keep it in our community. We can rebuild our community so that we don't become a welfare state. Because right now we are becoming a welfare state with them saying, well, we want to put free food in your neighborhood, put pantries in there, and food banks in your community. Those organizations are good for emergency food, but we got to create enterprises in our community. We got to be about what we were in the 40s and 50s. We were self-sustaining. We got to get back to that for the most part.
Okay, and as far as like documentation goes on paperwork, how far have you traced your family go in this country?
We went back about 3 or 4 different generations in my mother's side, my father's side. My mother's side, we went back to, some of us were Choctaws, and my father's side, they haven't went back as far. But like I said, when we did on my mother's side, we found out that the country in Africa that we generated from was Cameroon. But you need to know who you are. You know, you need to know who you are. We got to be about asset mapping. We always look at what we don't have. You know, the average income. We're poor. We own drugs and all that stuff. But we have a lot of assets that we don't market and we don't calculate. You know, for example, we are good entertainers and we are good cooks, especially in Newtown. But we don't market that. We don't package that. And we don't use that the way, to the extent that we can. We have all the things that we need to be successful. We just don't have a plan.
And that plan, reparations, that'll help close the wealth gap and give us back the land that we had, plus the direct cash payments. We know that they just gave the Afghan money. They sending money to Israel. They sending money to everywhere except for Black Americans. Now, me and my cousin Mark, we just left from we did an event at Angola. You know about Angola?
Yeah. Angola. Yeah, I heard about that. I'm not sure about all of it, but I've been hearing about back to Angola. Yeah, you're right. If they're redlining us, and I came from black farms, and when we couldn't get loans and stuff, that means that my forefathers couldn't pass on their wealth to me. Right. So I had to start all over again. So why is it important? It's important, you know. Like for now, for example, I just paid off my house, and with the mortgage rates going up, I'm gonna leave my son with about $1 million. And I ain't bragging. That just you know, I was able to accumulate wealth and pass it on, and that's important because my grandkids will start off buying houses. They'll have debt coming out of college, but they'll also have the money that I leave them so that they can buy a house or start off a business or what have you. And that's important that we create. You create wealth through property and land and farming. We were 25% of farming at one time, and now we're less than 1%. And what is that? Food and water is the most important resources in the world. And if you can't control the food in our community, we don't control the food. Everybody in the world can come in our community and sell food to us but us. And if you don't control, whoever feeds you controls you. So I don't want food security, I want food sovereignty, where we own the food system. Like you see down here, you see barbecue stands and stuff like that. We need to be doing this every week. This festival should be it shouldn't be just once a year. It should be every week. We should be having something like this to have our folks and other people come and buy our food.
That's a fact. And with that being said, I got one more question for you, because we down here at the Big Mama's Collard Green Festival, right?
Yeah.
How important is it, Brother Lou, for us to gatekeep our culture?
It's important that we know who we are, you know, and then we pass it on in terms of who we are, because we don't tell our people, you know, they talk about banning the book because they don't want people, they want to tell our people who they are. If you ban our book, ban our history, then they'll tell you who you are.
Right.
And so we have to continue to tell ourselves who we are. I'm a Christian and I go to church, but what we don't realize, when you look at the Old Testament, that's all black and brown. But our ministers, when they talk about the Old Testament, they never say that Solomon was black, Bathsheba was black, Ruth was black. You know, They don't tell our people that we're black, and then missionaries come in our communities, they come in Africa, and the first thing they want to do is show you this white crusader or the white savior with blonde and blue eyes. And everybody knows when you look at where he came from, there was black, brown, and all the people. There wasn't any white folks there.
Right.
Black people. And so we have to let our kids know that they play. And then the invention, half of the invention, like the ironing board, the street light, the cell phone, the 3D system, all of that blood plasma, heart transplant came from black folks. So don't tell me you can't be a doctor. Don't tell me you can't be a mathematician when your people created math. But I don't know that. I think I'm not worthy of it. I don't think that, we call it you humanize. On the press, when you watch TV, they continuously try to dehumanize us, and we buy into that.
Right.
But I can't knock them for it's not them telling our folks, it's us not telling our kids and not telling our folks who they are and the greatness that they are.
Most definitely. This is Sonny G, my brother Lou, Big Mama's Collard Green Festival signing out.
That's good. What's going on, boss?
I didn't win again this year, but I won 2021.
Who won this year?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know who won. It's a good question.
This food smell good.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
What would you have?
So what would I have?
Yo, peace family, this is your brother Sonny G. I'm down here at the Big Mama's Collard Green Festival with my brother Bison. Brother Bison, what does the Big Mama Collard Green Festival mean to you?
It means everything, man. I got my auntie here. She's serving everything. She won the year before, so I'm just here supporting and helping out.
That's a fact. And we here with the Florida Reparations Compliance Committee, FRCC. What does reparations for Black Americans look like to you?
It look great. Yeah.
Direct cash?
Same thing.
Land back?
Same thing.
Okay. All right, facts. Sonny G, FRCC signing out.
All right, let's go.
All right. Yo, peace family, this is your boy Sonny with the FRCC Reparations Compliance Committee. I'm out here at the Big Mama Collard Green Festival with my brother Vern. Hey, brother Vern, what does the Big Mama Collard Green Festival mean to you?
No doubt, man. I'm out here with my family right now, just supporting, coming out here being of service, just something positive for the community. That's what it means to me,
That's a fact. And how long have you guys been doing this?
Actually, my aunt, she won the competition 2 years ago for her collard greens. My sister, I think she's been out here for the last 2 years. So yeah, it's a real good event. Something great to come to, something good for the kids and the family.
That's a fact. And what does reparations for Black Americans look like to you?
Reparations for Black Americans, putting us back where we belong as far as our resources, with different things in the community that can help elevate and motivate and inspire.
That's a fact. And form direct cash payments?
Direct cash payments and also.
That's a fact. And can you show us just a little bit what you got? What kind of food y'all got, man? Let's show the family, man.
Sis. Explain.
Hi.
How you doing? What's your name?
Hi, my name is Natasha. This is Chiamaka's Kitchen.
Sister Natasha, can you just show us a little bit what you're working with here? I smell good.
In their culture, they make everything from scratch.
And what does reparations for Black Americans look like to you?
I think it will. That's a good question because I think it would be a great thing. I also think that we need a lot of background and not just the money part. I think how we can make African Americans or Black people on an equal level as other cultures. Right. Just money.
Right. So you for the direct cash payments, but you want to include other things too, like land and different things.
And just investing back within ourselves, and just generational wealth. That's a big thing. I'm a new mom, and that's something that's very important to me. I think that more African American Black people, we should get into generational wealth. We should get more into having trust. We should, not just life insurance, a trust, so that you can put all your assets in the trust, so you're not in court in litigation with your family members after your loved one passed, So if grandpa left a house, nobody's arguing over the house because grandpa left it in the trust. So, I just think that, we should all just be more educated on how we will use our reparations, and it should be like a form.
That's a fact. And how far have you traced your lineage back to, like, on this land? Have you done like an ancestry tree? And you?
Yeah. Well, my cousin, he did our ancestry. Our family from my grandfather.
Okay. Well, peace, family. This is your brother Sonny G with the FRCC here with Dr. Greg Marshall, representing the Florida Black Democratic Caucus. We are here live at the event. Brother Dr. Greg Marshall, what does the Big Mama Collard Green Festival mean to you?
It means a chance for our organization to come out and socialize with the people here. And it adds to the community, makes us feel like we're part of the community and be able to give back.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And what does the reparations for Black Americans look like to you?
Oh, reparations, that's a good question. You kind of hit me off the top there. Reparations is not just about money. It's not just about an amount. It's about acknowledgement that we as Black people are the building blocks. We are the basis. We are the foundation of this entire country. And it's about paying it forward to that premise, so that it is known that we're not just here to. That's a good question. Yeah, that's a real tough question. What does it mean? Reparations. It's not about getting money. It's not about getting a whole bunch of things. It's about acknowledgement of what we are and who we do and what we did for this country.
Now, definitely. Now, how do you feel about the Black Caucus and the representation for Black Americans? Do you feel like it's been doing a good job as of recently, or how do you feel about how is it representing Black Americans today?
The Black Caucus, I represent a local chapter in Sarasota, and what we're doing is we're bringing empowerment, we're bringing education, we're bringing the knowledge base of what you actually have, how much power you have, how much power the vote is, and that's what we're doing. Now, we're part of the state Black Caucus, and all across the state we're trying to bring the word to our people that we are empowered, we are a voting block, we have authority, and just remind them of that kind of thing.
Definitely. Now, you said the voting block, and for 2024, how do you feel that we should be voting in 2024 as far as Black America? Do you think we should be leaning more towards Democrat? Of course, I know you represent the Democrats, but you think we should be leaning more towards the Democratic Party or the Republican Party? How do you feel about the percentage that's been going down as far as like Joe Biden's campaign? And can you just explain, and how do you feel about how Joe Biden has been doing for Black America, his past term?
Okay. I'm going to answer that question by asking a question. Okay. Which way should we vote? Which way is trying to take away our vote? Which party is trying to take away our vote? Which party is trying to disenfranchise us by redrawing voting lines? Which party has actually blatantly said that slavery had some sort of benefit to the Black people? Which party is that? And once you answer that question, you know which party I advocate for. I'm not one that drinks the water and says that all the Democratic policies are the best. But I am the one that says that the opposition is all about eradicating us, taking our vote completely away, and minimizing us. So that's how I answer that question. As far as what Joe Biden does, let me answer that question with another statement. The Black Caucus of Sarasota is specific to Sarasota issues. City of Sarasota issues, County of Sarasota issues, City of Northport, City of Venice issues, those kind of local issues. The Biden stuff, we're not really there yet. We're not at that point. But I think Biden's done a fantastic job. I think he's done a fantastic job, and I can list a number of the accomplishments he's made, but I'm not going to. I'm not here to convince anybody. So, yeah. But I think Biden's done a great job.
Okay. And I know it was like a poll that was recently taken on the Congressional Black Caucus's Twitter page, I think maybe like a year or some change ago, and they asked 4 questions. I can't remember what they were, but the number one thing coming out of that poll was, what do Black Americans want? And it was reparations. So I know that you just represent like the small branch, but how do you see the whole Congressional Black Caucus forming and actually pushing and advocating? Because right now it's a lot of pushback going on, with the 2024 election, and like I said, the Democratic, numbers have been going down as far as like Biden, and we're seeing that Black Americans want specific tangibles for them. How do you see the Congressional Black Caucus kind of galvanizing and rallying and pushing specific tangibles and benefits that are going to help and benefit Black Americans?
I can't really speak for the Congressional Black Caucus, because the Congressional Black Caucus is a spinoff of them. Okay. Right? They're our parent. The Congressional Black Caucus are our parents, right? Yeah. As far as reparations, I can't really speak to reparations. I don't have enough knowledge to speak to that. Right. But I do know that the Congressional Black Caucus is hyper-focused on the vote, hyper-focused on the right to vote, hyper-focused on John Lewis's issues, on the right to vote act of the act in the Congress. That's what they should be hyper-focused on. The reparations, I don't know enough to speak about it. I don't want to talk out of turn. But I do know that the vote and the right to vote and the right to vote and be represented. This is a representative country, so the right to be represented by people that look like you and people that vote like you is paramount. And I think that's what the Congressional Black Caucus should be hyper-focused on.
Definitely. Hey, this is your brother Sonny G, the FRCC, brother Dr. Henry signing out.
Don't stop now, don't stop now. Don't stop now. Don't stop now, Jack. Yeah.
Peace, family. This is your brother Sonny G with the Reparations Compliance Committee down here at the Big Mama Collard Green Festival with my sister Medallia Glover. Sister Medallia Glover, what does the Big Mama Collard Green Festival mean to you?
It means community, it means involvement, it means inclusivity, it means power and strength, because we all can come together. And if we can do this, we can do it even more so, because this is where it's at. You got to come together. That's what it means for me.
That's a fact. And with you being down here with the representing Sarasota African American Cultural Coalition, how important is it for us as Black Americans to gatekeep our culture?
It's extremely important, because we have to be able to preserve it so that our children can learn. And that's what we're all about. We're about taking the past to educate the future and be able to bring all cultures together, not just one, but definitely ours, because we originated.
Right. That's a fact. And we here with the FRCC, we are here advocating and pushing for reparations for Black Americans. Americans. Now, we see a lot of the stuff that's going on in this country, like them sending money everywhere, you know what I'm saying, across the world, except trying to fix the people and repair the people who they originally damaged here. How do you feel about reparations in the form of direct cash payments for Black Americans?
Well, I feel like there needs to be enough information so everybody can clearly understand what does that mean and how does that affect us all, both individually and as a group. Next, we got to be able to have a clear path to it. It can't just be, oh, you get a check, you get a check. It has to be clearly organized and put together so that it can continue, just like building generational wealth. That's how we have to do it. If we do it any other way, it becomes a confusion, and we don't want any more confusion. So.
That's a fact. That's a fact. The Sonny G, FRCC signing out. Yo, peace family, this is your brother Sonny G with the FRCC here with my brother David Wilkins from Masala. Brother David Wilkins, we are down here at the Big Mama Collard Green Festival. What does the Big Mama Collard Green Festival mean to you?
Oh, it means community. We do this, as you all know, every summer, or not every summer, but every Collard Green Festival time. And we support Newtown Nation and Valerie Bouchard and her team who put this on. And you see what it is. It's our people coming out, enjoying music, food, community. We happen to be representing our new Freedom School here in Asala and trying to recruit kids. We've got 100 slots that we want to fill, and we're glad to have the opportunity to be out here.
That's a fact, most definitely. And we was just at the Asala conference in Jacksonville a few weeks ago. The whole team was there. We loved it, we enjoyed it, and it was definitely a dope and phenomenal event. We are here advocating and pushing for reparations for Black Americans. And we see what's going on across the country where they are pretty much, dishing and giving out resources to everybody except for Black Americans. How do you feel about Black Americans receiving reparations?
Well, I think the best, so I'm an amateur historian. I'm a lawyer, but I'm retired, right? So I've gotten back to reading my history and remembering that history helps us understand the position they take on reparations, right? Because to pay reparations to us is to acknowledge that hard history that they do not want to acknowledge, and that's why the governor and the legislature have passed the laws to make it more difficult to teach, which is why we're teaching it. So I'm all in favor of reparations, but until we come to that day, we're going to spend our time making sure that our children understand who they are, where they've come from, and what they can be.
Right. That's a fact. And another question for you. This is pretty much a Black American event here, a Black American festival. You know what you're doing and what you're promoting is Black American, right? Yes. How important is it for Black Americans to gatekeep our culture?
Nobody else can gatekeep our culture but us. Can other people share in our culture? Can other people learn our culture? But Carter G. Woodson founded Asala in 1915 because he had just gotten his PhD from Harvard and he realized that those white history teachers were lying about our culture. And so he made it his life's work to bring other scholars, young Black scholars, in and prepare them to counter those lies. We're still countering those lies today. Nobody can teach this but us. Can other people join us in it? Absolutely. But we have to be the gatekeepers of our culture.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Sonny G, FRCC, my brother David Wilkins signing out.
That's okay.
Yo, peace family. This is your brother Sonny G with the FRCC here at the Big Mama Collard Green Festival with Uncle Bob. Uncle Bob, what does the Big Mama Collard Green Festival mean to you?
Well, it means a lot. I found out about it 2 weeks ago, and I have a bus company called Road Ready Tours out of Tampa, Florida. Started up in Detroit, came down 32 years ago, came back to Tampa, born and raised. And my specialty, I do a lot of African American tours, so this blend in. When I heard the name Big Mama Collard Green Festival, my big mama made the best collard greens, so I had to be here. So that's the reason why I'm here, and I brought a load of people with me on the bus. I promise these vendors, I really have enjoyed myself. This has been wonderful. Blacks, helping blacks, community and all that, gorgeous. So I told them next year, I'm bringing 20 buses. Tampa, St. Pete, Clearwater, Lakeland, They're going to be all lined up here. We're going to flood this place out, and they're coming to spend money and support the community. So that's my ultimate goal.
Most definitely, most definitely. And Uncle Bob, we see what's going on in the country as far as what this government is doing, and they're sending out money and giving aid to pretty much everybody except for Black Americans, right? How important is it for Black Americans to receive and get their reparations?
Well, listen, I've been fighting for that. I started my company back in 1974 up in Detroit. I've been fighting for that for years. You know, trying to get grants for African Americans, you know. It never happened. So I gave up on that. I said, well, only way I'm going to get ahead and start my own business, become an entrepreneur, I got to do it myself. I raised 5 kids. My wife took care of them kids. And I was out there, I had 2 or 3 jobs. Plus, I had my own business at the same time. So I'm an old entrepreneur, 78 years old. Still got it. Still going strong. If you think I ain't got it, then call my wife and let her answer that question.
Most definitely, most definitely. Could you just elaborate a little bit more as far as, like, you know, you get in the buses and you know what you plan on doing, you know, once you get in the buses and expanding your enterprise?
Well, back in when Obama came in, you remember the economy fell. I had 9 buses at that time. I got 3 now. And I had to turn some buses in because I couldn't afford to keep them. I'm a family business. Me and my wife are partnered. She runs the office. I take care of the buses. I got a son, been driving for me for 15 years. He's going to take the business over. My goal is, I got 3 boys and 2 girls, is turning the company over to them. So he's highly trained. I'm finna come and send my retirement, and I'm going to work for him. And then he got to pay me. All right, I'm going to be one of his employees. Right. All right, but my thing is, I have helped a lot of Black young men that used to drive for me, and they want to start their own company. And I train them. I don't charge them nothing. And so they call me the granddad of transportation. So I train them. Now they got buses. Like this young man I rode with over here, I gave the contract to him because my bus is elsewhere. So I train him. So a lot of my drivers know who I am. And I give back. You know what I mean? I don't charge them for it. Somebody got to do it. So that's what I do, you know. And I've started a lot of African-American companies in business, and we all work together.
How far have you gone back in your family tree? Like, where does your family come from originally?
Nah, I'm kind of embarrassed to say this. To be honest with you, I don't know. Okay. All right? And I need to do that research on that, my family tree, how far we go back. My father never raised me. My stepfather raised me. And I don't know that much about my real father, that side of the family. So I would have to go on that side of the family to trace that tree back to him, you know what I mean? But yeah, it means a lot to me, man. Like I do Rosewood Tour, Harry T. Moore in Mills, Florida, St. Augustine Tour, Tampa Tour. I done been to Canada. I done been all over this country doing these African American tours. And when the governor, the things that he's saying, it intensified me to do more. I can't shut up. You know what I mean? So I'm on a mission, and we got to teach our young people who they are and where they come from. People don't realize Blacks is the most powerful race of people on the face of this earth. And all that. We just don't know how smart we are. All right. One day I hope we learn that. All right. So anyway, that's my job, is to do my part. I'm doing a small part, but I want to do my part and educate our young people. A lot of times I take out a lot of young people on some of these tours, and a lot of times I don't charge them nothing for free. I've done a lot of that. Yeah. In fact, I'm gonna mention something that I'm really excited about it. Aviation. They got an aviation school in Clearwater. A lot of our young Blacks don't know about that. So the job market is not open up to them. They don't advertise that in school about aviation. A lot of the baby boomers are retiring. There's a huge field in aviation. All right? Where can you go to school in 18 months, get a degree in aviation? All right, that's short a period of time. So I sponsor some kids. I take them over there with their parents. Don't charge them. Get them on the bus. Let's go. And I sponsor many of those kids. Now they got $70,000, $80,000 jobs. I have a young man. He only went 6 months. And he was smart. And they said, you know it, no. We need you right now. We're on the job training. They got jet engines mechanic, AC mechanic, hydraulics, painting. It's a huge field. Somebody got to keep them planes up in the air. All right, so that's what I've been doing, getting our young women and our young black men, like from the 9th grade up to high school, get them over there, say go to school and get that, get your degree. And these airlines, what they doing is, they don't wait until you graduate. They hurt so bad from a kin and all that, they pulling you out of school early. And they said, we'll teach you the rest. So I got a young man from Tampa, 18 years old, went to Delta Airline in Atlanta. All right, starting out with $60,000 a year, 18-year-old young man, you know, and he thank me for doing that, you know, helping him out and getting him in school and everything. So that's my
Yo, peace family, this is your brother Sonny G with the FRCC down here at the Big Mama Collard Green Festival with our sister Wanda and our sister Arlette. Sister Wanda, sister Arlette, what does the Big Mama Collard Green Festival mean to you?
Just soul food and cooking with love. I really enjoy it. I come all the way from Texas to do all what y'all see by myself. I drive 22 hours to get down here. And I just do it with love. That's all I can say. Ain't nothing like home cooking in the meal, in the kitchen. I ain't talking about no canned yams. I'm talking about everything from scratch. I sit up and get the potatoes and I cut them up, chop them up. No candy yams.
The pie crust, she do it all.
I made the sweet Wanda's pies, they off the chain. Patty ain't got nothing on me, baby. Patty ain't got nothing on Wanda. Wanda's pies. They ain't got nothing on me.
I'm sorry.
I do the collard greens from scratch. All you see I do from scratch. I do it from my heart, and it take a long time. I look forward to coming here every year. So I need somebody to support me now, because I need me a food truck. I need a sponsor, baby. You ain't gonna go broke when you're dealing with Wanda's Place.
All right. And what about you, Sister Arlette? What does the Big Mama Collard Green Festival mean to you?
It means bringing the community out together. I like it every year. I actually got drugged into this with her. I do the collard green soul food egg rolls. I do many egg rolls, but the collard green is my specialty. And it's just bringing the community together and seeing everybody come together with love, different vendors. We have different vendors out here, but everybody's out here with love and supporting one another. And so it means a lot to me for our community to come and see all of this.
You say you do egg rolls?
I do egg rolls.
Okay. What you put in the egg rolls?
Well, the collard green egg rolls is made with love, and I'm going to tell you, I have greens, smoked turkey, smoked neck bones, yellow rice, and chicken and yellow rice, and then I have some special ingredients that I'm not giving out. And then I do a s'mores egg roll, a peach cobbler egg roll. I do a southwestern egg roll, a Philly steak egg roll, but the collard green is the one. That's the one that I bring out here every year.
That's a fact. And Sister Wanda, how important is it for Black Americans to gatekeep their culture when it comes to this stuff, when it comes to the food and the tradition of passing down the recipes and things like that? How important is it for us to gatekeep our own culture?
They need to patent it. Once you patent it, it's locked in. And that is what it is. You got to patent it and lock it in. Because they need to, the young people, they go into the can, the glory green. Yeah. They need to go back to the fields and get them collard greens out there and slice them up and cook them. Yeah. That's what they need to do. That's how you do that. That's how you win a man. You got to go back to the home base. Huh? You got to go back to that home. That's why you can't keep your man, because you ain't going back to the home base. You got to go head on and get it from the bottom of the kitchen.
Oh my goodness.
That's what it means to me.
What about you, Sister Arlette? How important is it for Black Americans to? So you say you're doing the egg rolls. So I know a certain group of people probably mad because
we bringing culture to the egg rolls. We opening up a different identity with the egg rolls, because we all know the ethnic group that had the lockdown on the egg roll, but it's coming to the Black community, and we're opening up all kind of doors with the egg rolls. Because I know people that do chicken and macaroni and cheese. It's very important that we express our culture, but not only traditional, but we're twisting it, putting it in with a little twist, and we still bringing the community together with love.
That's a fact.
That right there behind you.
Let's get this on. Let's get this right here.
Ain't no book. Don't be about it.
The Big Mama Collard Green Festival 2019 winner, LaWanda Clayton. Okay.
Here's what it is.
Hey, that's definitely.
Speak for itself.
That's what you said. Thank y'all.
Thank y'all. Sunny G, FRCC.
And with our radio station.
No, we with the Board of Reparations Compliance Committee.
Oh, wow. Really? Yeah. I see that.
Because the Sunny getting blessed out here by the ancestors. FRCC. They want to do taste testers.